Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're doing well out there. So I wanted to pop on today and just kind of make a short video for you here, talking about kind of the discrepancy between the reality of taking psychedelics and using that to heal versus the set of expectations that people who are kind of new to psychedelics kind of tend to have or project onto the process of using psychedelics for mental health. So here's kind of the bottom line. Basically, when you take psychedelics, in order to properly unpack the whole experience and properly integrate all of that and properly use what you've learned in a constructive way to grow and heal and transform, there's a whole underlying set of things that you need in place, right? So you need good thinking skills, first of all, good cognitive processing skills, good discernment, for example. You need a good kind of mental model or map of the spiritual, of the psychological. So you need a good map of psychology. You need a good map of perhaps shadow and understanding, the unconscious mind, things like this. You need a good ability to process emotions and work through things, right? You need to be able to go meta, to go observer, to expand beyond your identity and kind of see your own experience from kind of an observer point of view, from a third person point of view. You need the ability to work with somatic sensations and body sensations as information. You need blah, 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 right? So the point I want to make here with you is that taking psychedelics in a certain sense to really get the most out of it, like at a very basic level, at a very superficial level, sure, you can take them recreationally, have a beautiful, fun experience that can be really kind of life affirming and magical and playful and sweet and awesome. And there's nothing wrong with using psychedelics like that. There are clearly millions of people out there in the world who do, no problem, right? But if you want to use them to properly heal, to properly gain wisdom and insight and profound breakthrough experiences that turn into transformation in your life, you need all these other skills in place to be able to process what happened, right? You need to be able to think deeply. You need to be able to be mindful, right? And so I want to just put this out here because a lot of people think, oh, psychedelics are good for mental health. I'll just take them and they'll help me process. And they think of it like a medication that you can just kind of pop and it's just kind of going to passively help you work through things. Or maybe it's going to bring up some stuff. You're going to cry a bit and then you're going to feel better and it's all good. And that's not really the case. Taking a psychedelic really redirects us back towards the complexity and the depth of our own human experience. Really causes us to get connected and to feel what it feels like to be alive, and the weirdness of that, and the nuance of that, and the fullness of that, for lack of a better term here. And so I want to just kind of put this point out there to you that, in order to properly use psychedelics, you need to be gaining skills and tools, right? You need to be studying things like spirituality and philosophy and psychology and cognition and neuroscience, you at least to be literate enough to start to understand what the heck is going on with you, right? Now, I know probably a lot of you out there are doing that kind of learning and research, maybe because you're interested, because it's fascinating stuff, maybe because you start already catch onto this and get the sense that, oh yeah, I really need to have a more well-rounded kind of map of understanding to be able to use these experiences properly. But just want to come on here and say, because I think there are a lot of people out there who have this kind of ill-formed conception that psychedelics are kind of straightforward in their use, and they're anything but. They invite so much nuance and so much complexity. They truly open Pandora's box. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I know that that phrase has a lot of kind of negative connotation to it. But what I mean is simply that it's like double clicking the folder of yourself if you want to use that as a metaphor, right? It's like you take the psychedelic, suddenly you double click the folder of yourself, the folder opens up, and suddenly there are all these layers of content and complexities and things that need to be resolved and different aspects of experience. So to take psychedelics is to really challenge yourself to become literate in your own human experience. So that's my message for you today. I hope this makes sense. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.